Hi, this is Argonax, and we talk about things that don't matter. Hey, Internet Wanderers. So I'm just making this quick video because I just wanted to go over what's been happening over in the Half-Life 3 rumor circle. In the last 30 days alone, the rumor circulating about the hypothetical existence of this game has been in massive overdrive. Maybe it is true that my feed is completely inundated with Half-Life 3 because I keep looking it up every day, nonstop, for the last 10 years. That's a slight exaggeration. Not really. But I have been seeing a lot of reports that it's not just me, a lot of other people have been getting a lot of these, I guess you could call them tabloid articles or sensationalist reports or rumor reports and stuff like that. But I guess it's just because over the last, I don't know, year and a half, the momentum has been really pushing towards the real likelihood of Half-Life 3 becoming more and more likely. It is almost without a doubt confirmed that Valve is working on a new Half-Life game. That part, there is no denying that. They'll never use the word Half-Life 3, but we know that it's Half-Life related. There is a new game being worked on in the Half-Life universe over in Valve. And I guess just people naturally becoming interested in what Valve is doing is just a natural part of the process. Valve is an amazing game maker, despite the fact that they haven't really made games recently. So if there is a real chance that they're working on this, people are going to want to report about it and talk about it. And let's just say, if you Google Half-Life 3 news, you'll see articles from yesterday, a week ago, a month ago. And these articles are only becoming more and more common. And they're not just in like niche websites. These are from major video game publishing websites. Now, I understand video game journalism is a touchy subject, to say the least. God damn, this is hard to look at. It doesn't exactly have the best reputation, but it doesn't even need to be major video game publishers talking about this. Regular everyday gamers are talking about it more and more. Again, maybe it's just because of the circle of people that I talk to and interact with and the communities that I'm part of, but it does seem like, I guess you could say, the public awareness of Half-Life 3 has grown substantially as time went on. And now the thing that people are mostly talking about is Summer Games Fest 2025. This event is going to have its live stream premiere on June 6th, approximately 2 days from this recording. This event is hosted by Geoff Keighley. And we know that this guy has a lot of connections over in Valve. He's interviewed them in the past. In fact, he even admitted that the thing that got him started in the gaming industry was an interest in Valve. I believe he wrote a paper about it back when he was still in college, or maybe he did like some report or a project that involved Valve at the time.
There was something about the game that got me really excited with sort of the animations, and I remember, the first demo where they were sort of showing the tentacle technology kind of busting through the glass, yeah. Right? And that was like an amazing demo that Gabe and the guys did. So I headed up, took a couple days off school to go up to Seattle, to fly up from LA to Seattle and hang out at Valve as they were finishing Half-Life. I want to say it was in like September of 1998 when, they were pretty much like finishing up, like when I was there, and you saw the photos that are still in the story, but they had the sort of head crab pinata that was like at the studio that they were eventually going to crack open when they finished the game. And again, it was a much more dramatic story back then, and we called it the final hours because literally they had to like finish the game, bug tested, and then what they put on that CD-ROM was like, that was the game, because there were no day one patches or anything like that, right? So I was there and probably spent, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 days at the studio. And one of the things when I do final hours is I'd like to talk to everyone at the studio, right? So I wasn't just talking to Gabe, but I was literally talking to, John Guthrie and Ken Birdwell and Mark Laidlaw and all these guys that were kind of actually working on the game to hear their story. And it was, I was just fascinated, right? And as a kid in college, like this was a crash course in like what it takes to make a game. And I remember Gabe took me out for, I think, sushi one day, and I'd like never really eaten sushi in my life at that point or something like that. And I was like embarrassed because I was trying to figure out how to use the chopsticks, and he was sitting there eating sushi. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be an idiot here, and I need to like figure out how to eat my sushi properly, use my chopsticks properly, so I impress this guy.
Geoff loves Valve, and Valve is more than happy to collaborate with him. Now, I understand this video is gonna be absolutely filled to the brim with HOPIUM, okay? What can I say? HOPIUM is basically part of a healthy diet for a Half-Life 3 fan. But right now, the thing I want to talk about is the fact that allegedly there are reports that Gabe Newell's yacht was spotted in California. This is the level of sleuthing that we have resulted to. Half-Life fans using vesselfinder.com to actually track where Gabe Newell's boat is. Now, I visited the website myself, and unfortunately, you're not allowed to track the past locations of the vessel. I know for a fact that Gabe now currently lives in New Zealand, the land of the Kiwi and the Kiwi and the Kiwi. I would have liked to see where the boat was a week ago or maybe even a couple weeks ago, because if this boat did originate from New Zealand, that meant that Gabe traveled all the way from there to California just for this event. Now, I don't know how true that is. It's very possible that this boat was always docked on the west coast of the United States. It's very likely, given that Valve's original headquarters was in Seattle, which does share the coastline with California. And even if Gabe's yacht never actually made it to New Zealand, that's quite a bit, that's very far away from California, I still would find it rather strange that why would Gabe Newell's boat, even if it was in Seattle, that meant he had to have that thing chartered and moved over to California, or it's docked not too far away from Sacramento. Is it possible that Gabe, or maybe some other high-end Valve employee, is visiting California for the Summer Games Fest and just wanted the company boat to be there? It's highly possible. Now, even if we assume that there's some Valve personnel going to be present at this event, that doesn't automatically mean that there's going to be anything Valve-related to be showcased in this event. And I should note, this is not the first time that I have baited myself and my viewers to thinking that we can expect some sort of Half-Life or Valve-related product in an event. After all, one of my most viewed videos on the channel is me talking about people's reactions thinking that Half-Life 3 was going to be announced in the 2024 Game Awards.
All right, well, before we get to Game of the Year, we do have one last very special announcement to share with you.
Please.
This year, the stars align for some very magical things to happen at our anniversary show.
It's now or never.
Things that might not have ever seemed a possibility.
It's now or never.
If you truly love video games like I do, this moment is for all of us.
Please, please, please. What is this? What is this? This better not be some bullshit, I swear to God.
It's for all of us.
He's getting emotional. Oh no, that's a problem. Wait, this isn't Half-Life 3. This is a man hitting a large drum.
I was coping then, and I'm coping again now. Is there a chance that Gabe or some other Valve employee is just there to watch the event in person? Yeah, it's possible, but you know, that doesn't fit the schizophrenia angle that I'm trying to characterize the entire Half-Life 3 community. We want to hope for this game, because Half-Life 3 is it is a meme, but it's also more than that. People have been waiting for this game for a long time. In fact, a lot of the high-profile Half-Life 3 sleuths and detectives in the community did some digging, and a few of them even admitted that they've seen some conceptual work, or maybe a rough draft of Half-Life 3's story, and I remember them saying something along the lines of fans might not be too happy with the direction that Half-Life 3's story might be going in. Of course, what they saw was probably just a rough draft, but it's interesting to see that some of the more high-profile people in the Half-Life 3 conspiracy theory community have already seen official documentation of Half-Life 3, whether that be through Valve or they got it through other illegitimate means, I don't know, but it just goes to show that the community is just hungry for this game. So all of the rumors just increasing day by day, and the Summer Games Fest is only 2 days away, and there is a very real chance that we'll see the big man himself make an appearance at this event. We can only hope.
Hello, I'm Gabe Newell. You've just achieved First Blood. Thanks, and have fun.
But let's be real, Geoff will probably be there, and he'll fucking call Todd Howard on stage again. Probably there to announce another Fallout 76 expansion or something, I don't know. Apologies if this video is a complete mess. I usually have bullet points whenever I make ramble videos like this, but for this one, I literally only have 4 bullet points, and I've been yapping this entire time, so apologies if this video is a little more messy than usual. I have a huge video being worked on, but I really want to take my time when it comes to my high-effort video essays. I don't want to rush them at all. If I'm being completely real, that's just an excuse for me to procrastinate. You see, I've done a terrible thing. I decided to play Kenshi again, and that game is like it's like a drug. The moment that I touch it, I play it, my productivity becomes near zero. Don't touch this game. It's great. I love it. But my God, it's terrible when you try to have a consistent upload schedule. So I'm just making this video in the meantime. But what do you think, Internet Wanderer? Do you think we can expect Gabe Newell to make an appearance at the Summer Games Fest? Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. That's going to be it for me, Internet Wanderer. Thanks for watching. Do the YouTube things.